Here's why it's so important to have a super strong social media presence for your brand, your personal brand, your business, whatever it may be. A lot of people spend money here. Facebook ads, Instagram ads, outreach for VAs, if it's a billboard, even people walking by a storefront. These are all ways that anybody can notice you. So some you spend money on them, some of them you don't. If somebody sees your Facebook ad, for an example, you put out a Facebook ad or you put out a Google ad, where do they go? Most people have a website set up. Okay, great. So they can go to your website. From your website, they can sign up for a email list. They could be interested right away, buy from you right there and then. Never happens pretty much. Or they don't buy there and they never see your brand again. They only saw it one time. They're not going to think of you again. It takes about 7 times for somebody to see your brand consistently 7 times, and then they'll want to buy from you. Actually, in 2020, 42% of consumers use social media for brand and product research, and that has grown since then like crazy. I don't know about you, but for me, if I see an ad on Instagram or if I walk by a storefront, I'm like, oh, you know what? Their product seems super cute. Like, I want to learn more. I will search them up on social media. 1 in 3 consumers use social media to discover new products and people. So if they go to your profile, then what happens? If you don't have a social media page, they won't even be able to find you. And if your profile is not good, if you don't have any content, if you're not posting consistently, if your profile just looks bad in general, right? If it doesn't have that cohesive branded aesthetic, usually they won't follow you. Usually they just won't even care. You don't have a presence. You got to think of your brand social media as a first impression. So by having a strong social media presence and a good amount of followers, you're building trust right away with that first impression. You're building an authentic presence online. Most of the time it's authentic. So then what do? They follow you, right? Your social media is so fire that they decide to follow you, and they see consistent content because it's always being pushed out there. You're posting great content. Maybe their friends see some of your content and decide to share it with them. And usually, let's talk about that 7 times again, sold. And 90% of people buy from brands that they follow on social media. So once you hit this, you're pretty much guaranteed a sale at some point. And so that can either be from, you do a call to action. They go to your website, look up info, reach out. There's a million different ways that can happen, but social media is huge in that way. 96% of searches now happen outside of the regular search engines, meaning like Google, Safari, that sort of situation. Most searches are now being done in social media platforms. As much as websites are important, they are not growing in importance, but social media is.